Hey, welcome back to Album April. It's April 10th, and today I listened to Sea Change by Beck. I mostly know Beck from the song Loser, which I do like quite a bit. I knew he'd been around since the early 90s. By the way, I looked it up, and I saw that he had 3 albums come out in 1994. Not even just that, 3 albums in the first 6 months of 1994. Full-length albums. And they all came from different labels, too. Once Loser blew up, they just released all of his backlog at once. It's like what happens when a famous musician dies nowadays, except he didn't have to die. Anyway, Sea Change. This album kept coming up when I was looking for really good pop albums from the 2000s. I can only assume that Beck liked this album because he got all the same people that helped him make it the first time and made a second album, Morning Phase, 12 years later, which ended up winning Album of the Year at the Grammys. The original Sea Change is kind of like a chamber pop, folk rock kind of thing, and definitely has a leaning towards the orchestral or almost film score feeling kind of music. Overall, I thought it was decent, if a little kooky for the sake of being kooky, at least to me. Even in what's probably my favorite song from the album, Paper Tiger, there were several points in the song where a violin or viola, some kind of bowed string instrument, came in to the point where it almost felt like it was like a conversation and cuts in to interrupt. Lonesome Tears ended with what almost felt like a shepherd tone kind of effect, because I was sitting there listening to the string thing and it kept going up, and eventually I realized, no, it can't have just been continuously rising this whole time. I don't think it was actually a shepherd tone, but it kind of had the same effect. In the song Round the Bend, there are a few times where it's I think it's the bass guitar hits this really buzzy, clacky note that almost sounds like a missed fingering. There's weird stuff like that peppered all over this record. From a lyrical standpoint, it is pretty clear that this album is about a breakup. That especially comes through in the lyrics of songs like Already Dead or especially Lost Cause. And Beck did say that the breakup with his long-term girlfriend was a major influence on the album. Apparently, the sincerity of the lyrics on this album is seen as a departure from what people knew Beck for, which is very ironic or cryptic lyrics. Irony was a huge part of 90s subcultures. It's actually not too dissimilar to the way that Zoomer humor is today. And right in between the two, you got millennials who are known to be way too passionate about everything. But I would take sincerity over irony roughly 100% of the time. So the lyrics were pretty good when I could understand them. I don't know if that's how it always is with Beck, but throughout this album it sounded like he recorded some of these with a mouthful of peanut butter. What would you call that? It's not like mumble rap because it's singing. It would be mumble song, mumble folk. Anyway, yeah, I thought this album was okay. Maybe in the future I'll listen to another Beck album, Odelay probably, but for now, that's about all I have to say about this. Thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.